Today we're talking about postpartum depression signs. Stay tuned. Postpartum depression happens to a lot of moms. A lot of times months will go by or even a year goes by where there's an issue, but a lot of times we say, I'm so tired, or I just need that little extra sleep, or I need to get out, or I just need a break. And before you know it, it's this downhill slide and you feel really alone and depressed. I had it myself. I had it with both my first son and my second. With my first, it was really bad, but I was one of those mummies that kept saying, well, I just need to exercise, and if I just, get out a little bit, I'll be fine. It's just I need to get into a routine. And I was making all these little excuses, but I wasn't thinking of it as an excuse. I was thinking of it like, that must be it. This is, I'm just at that stage and I just have to, it's going to get better. And it didn't rear its ugly head until my son was 12 months old. And let me tell you, it was so scary. I just basically had a crazy meltdown on the side of the road, and I was telling my sister off, and I've never fought with my sister, and I was telling her off, and I just don't even know. And it was at the point where I was looking at her like it wasn't me and my body, and I was watching it happen. It was really scary. Needless to say, 2 days later, I went to my doctor and he helped me out. And now fast forward to this, my little one, it has been a little bit of a gong show as well with ups and downs. But what's important to know is that when we're pregnant, we have all these happy hormones happening, and all of a sudden within one day we're no longer pregnant, and for some of us I'm sure 2 days. But there's this drop in hormones, and then we just don't feel like ourselves. And maybe you feel like that. Maybe you're thinking, I don't feel like myself. I'm not being a good mom. I feel like running away. I want to go on vacation. I have cabin fever. Every day feels like Groundhog Day. And on the flip side, you may have a partner or husband at home that is not really understanding what you're going through, or you tell him maybe that, I think I have this, and he's saying, no, you don't have it. You're fine. You just need to get a little bit outside, or something like that. But your symptoms may include crying, super tired, that depressed mood, difficult bonding with your baby. Postpartum can actually be longer than the baby stage, especially if it's not treated or if you don't address it. There's a statistic that 30% of women who don't get it treated, it could last up to 3 years. So other symptoms are difficult bonding with the baby, like I mentioned, loss of appetite or more appetite, sleeping too much or insomnia, withdrawing from family, not having interests in what you once was interested in. Everything seems like a chore, feeling guilty that you are feeling this way, or that you just feel like crap. Difficulty making decisions, having anxiety or panic attacks. I had panic attacks with my first one. Thoughts of harming yourself or your baby, feeling like you're better off in another world. It can get severe. And my advice, if I can give you that advice, is to go to a doctor or go to a naturopathic doctor. I believe in both. Most likely if you're going to a doctor, they're going to pass you a pill, and that's okay. It's no shame in doing an antidepressant if that's what you want. There's other ways too. You can go to that naturopathic doctor. They can give you the panel and see where your hormones are being wacky and kind of filter in on what's going on with your body chemistry. I did that the second round. For me, I just love naturopaths because they dig more into what's going on. But not to say that a doctor won't help you, because if you need help, then you go get help where you most feel comfortable. Now, it's important to note that you're not going to necessarily exhibit every single sign like a checklist. Everybody's different, and you might go in waves, or it might be one big, long, drawn out thing. I think the most important thing is to just acknowledge that something is off and Don't beat yourself up about it, but something isn't right, and start somewhere. It's funny because when you're going through this, you read things, go get help, go talk to people, but the last thing you really want to do is go talk to people, right? Like, you don't want to go talk about it. And a lot of moms, myself included, you don't always want to admit that things aren't okay. Especially you see other moms with, 5 children or 3 children, and you're going, how the heck are they doing that? With a smile on their face, and they're baking cookies and, doing all the Martha Stewart stuff and crafts on the side and just like laughing through life. And you're going, holy crap, I have a side ponytail I'm wearing and I don't even know what day it is. So just be gentle on yourself, because I know we do compare. A lot of women compare, and it's important just to acknowledge that there's something not right and choose one baby step. Also, there's group therapy, and there's also therapy if you need to go to speak to a counselor. Like, whatever it is for you, it's for you. If it doesn't resonate with you and your gut's saying no, then don't do that. But do look at something. Now, on the flip side, I also want to say that food plays an important role in how you feel. I'm not saying that cures depression, but what I am saying is make sure you eat consistently throughout the day, and it's quality food. It does make a difference. Many people say, well, like, what's the big deal? Like, I don't get it. At least I'm eating, and they're having chips or whatever. But if you're not getting those nutrients in your body's going to be wacky anyway, depression or not. How many times have you been, sleep deprived and you just feel like crap all day, whether you're cranky or, a little more teary? So make sure you get as much sleep as you can, and also make sure that you are having those regular meals and hydrate yourself. And one last tip is, if you are finding and seeking help and you are having treatment, to not stop the treatment because all of a sudden you feel better. That's a lot of mistakes that we can make, and it's not a wise one unless you are obviously directed by a doctor. Comment below and let me know if you are going through this, or maybe thinking that you do have postpartum depression. I am here to talk to you. I know sometimes it can be really lonely, especially if you don't want to talk to friends or family or anybody about it, but you can always talk to me. So comment down below, and I'd love to support you in any way that I can. Thank you so much for watching. It's going to get better. Until next time.